Good morning, students. Now we are going to start the now ninth one chapter, that is control and coordination. Now in case of each and every living organism, there are different organs are present inside the body. Especially in case of multicellular organism, different organs are present for perfect functions, and these organs form the system. Now lots of system work together with each other and perform all the vital functions of that body of the multicellular organism. Now in case of this multicellular organism, for this different function there are different systems. From this, the body functions controlled by two coordinations. The first one coordination is called as nervous coordination, and second one coordination is called as endocrine coordination. In the last old syllabus, this control and coordination, it is divided into two different chapters. First one chapter is nervous system, that is nervous coordination, and second one is the hormonal coordination. But in the new syllabus, both these points came together under one chapter, that is control and coordination. Now this control and coordination, it consists of actually the first part. This first part is nervous coordination, which is the first part, nervous coordination. Okay, this is first part. And the second one part of the nervous coordination is B part, is endocrine coordination. Okay, one by one we studied both of these coordinations in detail. Now in this lecture, first we studied about the nervous coordination. Okay. Now nervous system means, in case of human, if we consider, our brain control all the body functions. Okay. In case of the higher animals, nervous systems are well developed, but there are certain lower animals like hydra, or also second one animal planaria. In these animals also the nervous system is present. These are lower animals. Okay, in these lower animals also the nervous systems are present, but these nervous systems are simple nervous system. Okay, now from these animals, first we studied about the nervous system of hydra. Which animal? We studied about the nervous system of the hydra. Now in case of hydra, in the 11th standard we studied about the kingdom Animalia, that is classification of the animals. In case of animal classification, the animals are divided into non-chordates and chordate, and this non-chordate again divided into different phylums. You are very well known to that phylums, that is phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, Euschelminthes, Annelida, Mollusca, etc. Okay, this animal, that is this hydra, this animal, it is aquatic. Okay, why aquatic? Because it is found in water. What is its habitat? It is found in water, and it belongs to the phylum Cnidaria. Which phylum? Cnidaria. Hence it is called as Cnidarian animal. What it called as? It is called as Cnidarian animal. What is Cnidaria? Cnidaria is the phylum. In this Cnidarian, the spelling started with C, but C is silent. We pronounced it as Cnidarian. Okay. Now remember again, hydra, it is an aquatic animal and it belongs to the phylum Cnidaria. Okay. Now second one point, that is this hydra, it shows radial symmetry. Which type of symmetry? Radial symmetry. What is meant by radial symmetry? This is the diagram of hydra. Okay. If we cut this animal in any plane, if we cut as like this along this plane or along this plane or along this plane, means if we cut in any plane, okay, then the two parts are mirror image of each other. Okay, means in any plane, if we cut this hydra, it shows two parts, and these two parts are the mirror image of the each other. This type of symmetry is called as radial symmetry. What it called as? It is called as radial symmetry. Okay. Now, in case of Hydra, we know that this animal, it is having cylindrical body. Okay. Such type of cylindrical body is present. This is body of Hydra, and these are the elongated processes like structure as like this. These are called as tentacles. What is called as? Tentacles. These tentacles, these are helpful for capturing the prey. For which purpose? For capturing the prey. These tentacles are used. And this is cylindrical body of the Hydra. Now, when we studied about the nervous system, first thing you have to clear that inside the body of Hydra, the nervous system, it is present in the form of nerve net. Net means as like the mesh. Okay. Nerve net. Now, this nerve net, how it is formed? Actually, inside the body of Hydra, sensory cells are present. Which cells are present? Sensory cells. Okay. Now, these sensory cells, see here, also I denote here, only sensory cells are present. And how these cells are present in the body? These cells are present in scattered. Suppose this is the body of Hydra as like this. These sensory cells, these are scattered in the body wall. Okay. What is this? These are sensory cells. Okay. These are also present in body wall, also present in the tentacles. Also these are present in the tentacles. Okay. Now these sensory cells, these are scattered, but these are joined with each other with the help of nerve, and this total structure, it forms the nerve net-like structure. What is this formation? This is the formation of nerve net. See, here is the structure in this diagram. This is the nerve net. Also in the tentacle, in each tentacle, these blue colored lines indicate the nerve net. Means all the sensory cells which are present in scattered position, these are connected with each other with the help of this nerve net. Okay. Now such type of nervous system in which there is presence of nerve net of the neuron. Okay. This is nerve net of neuron. And such type of nervous system is called as diffused nervous system. Which type of system is called as diffused nervous system, or we can call it as the nervous system is simple, or it is called as primitive nervous system. What it called as? Simple or primitive nervous system. Now, next one point is very important, that is, in this nervous system, this is not highly directional, because in case of this nerve net, actually what is the function of this nervous system? The nervous system functions that it accepts the stimulus. Whatever the stimulus to the body, whatever the change to the outside environment, it is accepted. Okay, means stimulus is accepted. That is point of stimulation. Suppose here is the stimulation to the body. Suppose here is the Hydra, realize the stimulation. Okay, this stimulation, this is called as point of stimulation. What it called as? Point of stimulation. Now from this point of stimulation, these stimulus, it carries in all direction, because it is the nerve net. In all direction throughout the body, this this stimulus is spreading, and there is no fixed direction. Hence, it is called as this stimulus transmission. It is not highly directional. Once the stimulus comes, this stimulus, it is spread throughout the body of the Hydra. Okay, that is this one point, that is from point of stimulation, impulse diffuse in all direction. See again, point of stimulation, the response or the impulse is accepted, and after that it is diffused in all direction. Also in case of hydra, there is no sense organs. In case of human, if we consider, human body consists of 5 sense organs. Okay, such type of any sense organ is not present in hydra. Then what is present? There is presence of only sensory cells. What is present of? Only sensory cells, and these are scattered in the body wall. Okay. Now what happened? In case of this transmission of nerve, suppose here is the stimulation. Okay. This stimulation is accepted. Now this stimulation, suppose this is the point of stimulation, and here is the presence of the nerve net. Okay. One nerve, suppose this is nerve, this is nerve. Okay. And here is the point of connection. Okay. This is called as synapse. What it called as? Synapse. Means this nerve stimulus, it carries through this nerve and then through this nerve. This transmission at the synapse means transmission of impulse at the synapse is very slow. How this is? It is very slow. Okay. Such type of nervous system, it is found in case of the lower animal, that is hydra. Okay. Now in case of the lower animals, this is the first example, that is hydra. Okay. In nervous coordination, the second one, lower animal included, this animal is planaria. Okay. Planaria is also the lower animal. We also studied about the nervous system of the planaria. Now in case of nervous system of planaria, second one point, this is the planaria animal. This planaria is also called as flatworm. Okay, and this flatworm, it belongs to the phylum Platyhelminthes. In 11th standard, we studied about the two phylums which belongs to the endoparasite, from which one of the phylum is Platyhelminthes, and this Platyhelminthes, it consists of planaria or the flatworm. Okay, this is the planaria or flatworm. Now in case of planaria, the nervous system, if you observe, it is centralized nervous system. Which type of nervous system? This nervous system is centralized nervous system. Now what is meant by centralized nervous system? Now see, this is the planaria animal. Okay, these two are the eye spots of this planaria, and this planarian animal, it shows the bilateral symmetry. Which type of symmetry? Bilateral. Bilateral means the body divided into two equal parts. Okay. If we cut this animal, body shows two same part or two equal parts. This symmetry is called as bilateral symmetry. Now centralized nervous system means it consists of CNS. Central nervous system, that is CNS, because it consists of the structure brain. Okay. It is somewhat developed nervous system. This brain is also called as cerebral ganglia. Now this brain or cerebral ganglia, it is present in the head region. This is head region. Okay. Which region? Head region. And in this head region, at the anterior side, there is presence of the brain structure, and this is as like inverted U shape. What is its shape? Inverted U shape. Okay. And this structure is called as brain. What it called as? Brain. And from this brain, two nerve cord arises and they run below to the body. As like this. This is nerve cord. What is this? This is nerve cord. Now these two nerve cords, they run from the brain in the above region, and after that they run below. Okay. Now these two parallel or two long nerve cord which runs below. Okay. these two nerve cords connected with each other. How these are connected? See, there is presence of such type of, this one point, so such type of transverse nerves. What is this? These are transverse nerves are present, and these nerve join these two nerve cord with each other as like this. Now if you observe keenly this structure, it appears as like the ladder which is used by the farmers, ladder like structure. Okay, these are the transverse nerves. What is this? Transverse nerves. Okay, and this structure, it appears as like the ladder. What is ladder? As like this. We observe this structure. It is used by the farmer for the different purposes. Okay, this is called as ladder like structure. Okay, means transverse nerves are very important to connect this and it form the ladder like structure. Now in case of this, also a lateral cord is present, and this lateral cord, it consists of sensory cells. Which type of cell? Sensory cell. Now in case of the planaria, in this eye spot, see here receptors are present. What is present? In eye spots, the receptors are present. Now receptors means what? Receptors, in short, these are nothing but the receiver. Means they receive stimulus in the external environment. Means if there is any change in the external environment, the receptor detected these changes, and these changes, these are so provided towards the brain, which is also called as the cerebral ganglia. Okay, means this planaria, it also consists of the nervous system, but it is somewhat developed, or it is called as central nervous system. Okay, or centralized nervous system. In case of this planaria, this centralized nervous system, it consists of two nerve cords, and these are connected with each other with the help of the transverse nerves, and all this structure, it appears as like the ladder. Okay, this is the nervous system of the planaria. Now in case of the previous two lower organism, that is hydra and planaria, we studied about the nervous system. Now next one point is that which type of, or what is the detailed concept of the neural tissues present in the nervous system. Okay, the next one point is the neural tissue. That is the nervous system, it is formed from the tissue which is called as neural tissue, or it is also called as nervous tissue. Now this nervous tissue or neural tissue, it consists of two parts. That is, first one is the neuron and second one is the neuroglial cells. Means in case of the nervous tissue, when we study, this nervous tissue is formed by two components. First one is the neuron and second one is the neuroglial cells. Okay, now this first part is the neuron. What is mean by neuron? Neuron is called as nerve cell. In the 11th standard, when we studied about the types of tissues, that is animal tissue, the last one tissue we studied, that is the nervous tissue. In this we studied about the structure of the neuron. Same one structure is included here, which is called as the neuron. Okay. Now in case of these neurons, the bundle of axon which is present outside the central nervous system, it is called as nerve, and bundle of axon which is inside the central nervous system, it is called as tract. Now what is mean by axon? Axon means it is the longer process, elongated process of the nervous cell which is appears as like this. Okay, as like this it will be occur. This is called as axon. What is called as axon? Now this axon, if present inside the CNS, CNS, that is central nervous system. if it is present inside the central nervous system, then these are called as nerve. What it called as nerve. And if it is present, when it is present outside the central nervous system, it is called as nerve. And if it is present inside the nervous system, it is called as tract. Okay. Now, in case of this neuron, these nerves which are formed, these nerves are of 3 types. How many types of the nerves? There are 3 types of the nerves. See, the first one, type of nerve, it is sensory nerve. Second one nerve is the motor nerve, and third one nerve is the mixed nerve. Now remember, these nerve in which first one type is sensory, means these sensory nerves, they receive the stimulus to the body parts, and this stimulus, it is carries towards the central nervous system. Central nervous system means our brain and spinal cord. Means where there is any external stimulus, any sensation, this sensation, it from the body part, it goes towards the brain through these sensory nerves. Okay. Then what is the motor nerve? Once this response or when this stimulation goes towards the brain, our brain analyze that message, and the brain decide what to do, what is the order given to the body parts. Okay, this is the message, and this message, it gives to the from central nervous to the body parts with the help of motor nerve. Okay, means this sensory nerve carries sensations towards our brain, and motor nerve carries the messages from the central nervous to our each and every body part for particular muscular action, and those perform both the function. Both the functions means from body parts sensation goes to our central nervous system, and also from the central nervous system messages goes toward the body parts. This is called as mixed nerve. Means here in case of sensory nerve, what is the transmission? There is transmission of the sensation, or in simple language it is called as stimulus. Stimulus is sent to the brain, and from the motor, muscular, or we called it as action response. Okay, what is the action? Action message. Simple meaning, brain gives us the message of action. This action message, it is provided towards the body part, and both of these function, this is done by the nerve, that is mixed nerve. Means nerves are of 3 types, that is sensory nerve, motor nerve, and third one is the mixed nerve. Okay, these are the 3 types of the nerves. Now these nerves, see, nerves, first type is sensory, second one motor, and third one is the mixed. Okay, now from these nerves, all the neural tissue, that is this neuron, this neuroglial cell, all these nervous tissue along with the nervous organ, they form the complete nervous system, and this complete nervous system, it is responsible for performing the control and coordination of body. No any system or no any organ can perform any function individually. Inside the body, all the activities of the body are under the control of nervous system, and there is coordination with each other, and this is control and coordination, it is performed by the complete nervous system, and this complete nervous system is formed by neural tissue. Okay, now this neural tissue, which consists of 2 components, first one is the neuron, that is A, and second one is the neuroglial cell. This is A part and this is B part. Okay, now here we studied about the A part. What is the A part? A part is called as neuron. Now see, this neuron, it is also called as nervous cell. If you remember, the diagram of nervous tissue. In case of 11th, the nerve fiber or the neuron. This neuron is also called as nerve cell. The structure in which it consists of two parts. The first one part is cyton and second one part is the processes. Now neurons means basic structural and functional unit of nervous system. As like we called as the cell. Cell is the basic structural of living body or living organisms, as like this. These neurons are the basic structural and functional unit of the nervous system. If we observe a single neuron shows two parts. First one part is called as cyton, or it is also called as cell body, and second one part is the processes. There are two types of the processes. First one dendron and second one is the axon. Okay. Now first part is the cyton. What is cyton? Cyton is the main cell body and it consists of definite nucleus, also nucleolus, neuroplasm and Nisser's granule. Okay. Now see, if you observe this cyton, or this is the cell body. This cell body, it consists of its own definite nucleus, and this nucleus is central nucleus. See, this is the nucleus of the cyton or cell body. Okay. Now this cell body, it consists of its own cytoplasm. This cytoplasm is called as neuroplasm. What it called as? Neuroplasm. This is nucleus of the cell body. This is neuroplasm. What is this? This is neuroplasm. Now inside this a smaller nucleolus is present, and also there are certain granules are present. These granules are called as Nisser's granules. What it called as? Nisser's granules. Okay. This is called as cell body, or it is called as cyton, which consists of main cell body, which consists of definite nucleus. Along with this nucleolus is present. It also consists of neuroplasm and the Nisser's granule. Okay. Now what is the function of this Nisser's granule? See, this Nisser's granule plays important role in the formation of enzyme. What is the function of Nisser's granule? These Nisser's granule, these are responsible for the formation of enzyme. Okay. And what is the function of this enzyme? This enzyme, it is responsible for formation of the neurotransmitter. For example, acetylcholine. Which type of neurotransmitter? Acetylcholine. Now this neurotransmitter, when you go in the details of the nervous system, this is cell body, nucleus, these are the dendrons. Okay. Here is the long process axon, this is telodendron. Here is the second one, cell body of the another neuron. Okay. This is axon and this is telodendron. Now here there is formation of a junction. This junction is called as synapse. What it called as? Synapse. The impulses collected by this cyton, these are carried into this cytoplasm. Then it carries through this axon, and then through the synapse it carries inside this another neuron. Okay. Now this transmission, it require neurotransmitter. What it require? A chemical substance, that is neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter is called as acetylcholine. Without the formation of acetylcholine, there is no transmission of the impulses takes place. Now remember again, this is important point, that is Nisser's granules. These Nisser's granules play important role in the formation of enzyme. These enzymes are important for the synthesis of the acetylcholine. What is acetylcholine? Acetylcholine is the chemical which is called as neurotransmitter, and it helps in the transmission of the nervous impulses. Okay. Now, second one, we again came back to the structure of this neuron. That is, we came up to the first part, that is cyton. What is cyton? This cyton is the cell body which consists of nucleus, neuroplasm and the Nissen's granule. Now second part, in which there is presence of short processes. As like this, there are branched short processes. These processes are called as dendrons. What is called as dendrons? These are short processes. What is the function of dendron? They collect stimulus or impulse towards the cell body. These are the function of the dendrons, which are conical processes arising from the cyton, highly branched into dendrites, and they receive the messages. Then these messages carries toward the cyton. Now one of the end, that is this one, it is somewhat larger or broader. This is called as axon hillock. What is called as axon hillock. And from this axon hillock, a long process arises as like this. This long process, it is called as axon. What is called as axon. Now this axon, it is covered by a covering. This covering is called as neurolemma. What is called as neurolemma. And this neurolemma, it is filled with the neuroplasm. As it contains, this is axon, this one is neurolemma. Inside this neurolemma, there is presence of the neuroplasm, and here is the presence of such type of cells. These cells are called as Schwann cells. What is called as Schwann cells. Now, this long process, the terminal end of which it is formed such type of branching structure, hence the terminal end is called as telodendron. What is called as telodendron. Actually this telodendronic end which connects with the other one neuron, there is formation of the synaptic junction. What is the formation? There is formation of the synaptic junction. Now, in case of this neuron, if this neuron is covered with a covering, this covering is called as myelin sheath. What is called as myelin sheath. Then such type of neuron, it is called as myelinated neurofiber. See, depending upon the presence of myelin sheath, these neurons are of two types, that is myelinated, or it is also called as medullated. Okay, and if myelin sheath is absent, it is called as non-myelinated or non-medullated nerve fiber. Okay, means depending upon the presence of myelin sheath, nerve fibers are of two types, that is myelinated and non-myelinated. Okay, now in case of such type of the neuron, this one neuron connects with the other neuron, and there is formation of the synaptic junction which is responsible for the transmission of the nerve impulse. Okay, now these dendrons, function of this dendron is impulses to the cell body. Okay, and from the cell body, impulses came into the axon. Okay. Now in this way, this axon, it carries messages away from the cyton. Now in case of neural tissue, the first part we studied, that is neuron, in which nerve means bundle of axon outside the central nervous system. Then tract means bundle of axon inside the central nervous system. There are three types of the nerves, that is sensory, motor and mixed nerve. All these neural tissue along with the different nervous organ, there is formation of complete nervous system, and this complete nervous system brings about the control and coordination. Okay. Then in case of neuron, there are two parts. First one is the cyton and second one is the processes. These processes are the dendron and axon. Here we can easily observe, this is cell body and this one dendron is short processes and this axon is the long processes. Okay, means in case of neural tissue, first part we studied, that is the cell body, that is nerve fiber or the neuron. Now second part of the neural tissue is the neuroglial cells. Neuroglial cells means what? Along with these neurons, some supporting cells are present and these supporting cells are called as neuroglial cells. Okay, hence the B part is the neuroglial cells. B part is the neuroglial cell. In case of neural tissue, first we studied about the neuron, that is nerve cell, and to this nerve cell the supporting cells are present. These supporting cells are called as neuroglial cells. These are non-nervous in nature and main function of these cells are to support the neuron. Hence it is called as supporting cells. These are not involved in the transmission of nerve impulses. Okay. Hence it is called as non-nervous in nature. Then what is the function of these neural cells? The important function of neural cells is to provide the support to the neuron. What is the function? Supporting neuron. And these neuroglial cells are ectodermal in origin. Inside the body of human being, there are three germ layers. First one germ layer is ectoderma, second one is mesoderma, and third one layer is the endoderm. From this ectodermal layer, these neuroglial cells arises. Okay, means origin is the ectodermal in origin. Now these neuroglial cells, these are of two types. Some types of the cells, these are found in CNS. CNS, that is our central nervous system, which consists of two parts, that is brain and spinal cord. Remember one thing, some neuroglial cells, these are present in our central nervous system. Central nervous system means which consists of brain and spinal cord. Okay, here these four types of the neuroglial cells we can observe. The first type of neuroglial cell is ependymal cell, second one is oligodendrocyte, third one is astrocyte, and fourth one is the microglial cells. These four types of the cells occur in the central nervous system, and second one, that is PNS, P for peripheral nervous system. It includes the nerves. From the brain, the cranial nerves arises, and from our spinal cord, spinal nerves are arises. These nerves detail we studied in the later lectures. The PNS neuroglial cells, in which first one cell is the satellite cells and second one is the Schwann cells. These two are present in the peripheral nervous system, that is nerves. Okay. Now first one type, that is ependymal cell. Now if you observe this ependymal cell, these ependymal cells, they rest on the basement membrane. Okay. And this is nothing but the epithelial cell, and they form the epithelium like membrane. What they form? They form the epithelium like membrane, and mostly it is present in the central canal of spinal cord. It is lined by the single layer of the ependymal cells. The second one is the oligodendrocyte. Now these oligodendrocyte cells, these are star shaped cells. What is its shape? These are star shaped cells, and these are always found in rows. Actually, suppose these microglia, these are in scattered position, but these oligodendrocytes, these are present in the rows in the nerve fiber, and mostly they form the myelin sheath. We know about the myelin sheath, that is axon. It is covered by the myelin sheath, and in this myelin sheath these oligodendrocytes are present. Third one is astrocyte. Astrocytes means these are star like or star shaped cells. Okay, and these star shaped cells, they always found between neuron and the blood vessel. What is its location? These are found in between the neuron and the blood vessel. Also perform the same function, that is it gives the structural support. Okay. And fourth one type is the microglia. Such type of the cells, these microglia scattered throughout the central nervous system. Function is also the same. These are the supporting cells, and most important function is these cells are phagocytic. How these cells are? These are phagocytic cells. They engulf the pathogen and protect the nervous system. Okay. Then second one, peripheral nervous system, which consists of first one cell, that is satellite cell. These satellite cell, these are responsible for the regulation of chemical external environment. It's in this chemical external environment, it is regulated by the satellite cell, and this is the Schwann cell. This Schwann cell, it is responsible for the formation of myelin sheath. What is the formation of? Formation of the myelin sheath. In the structure of axon, we observe these Schwann cells. This is responsible for the formation of the myelin sheath. Now in this way, these are the 6 cells or tissues. These are called as neuroglial cell. First one, ependymal cell. Second one, oligodendrocytes. Third one, astrocytes. Fourth one, microglia. Fifth one, which come under the peripheral nervous system, that is satellite cells, and second one is the Schwann cells. Here the introductory part of the chapter is completed, that is first one, nervous system in case of Hydra, nervous system in case of the planaria, and the neural tissues. Okay. Now next one, we are going to details about the nervous system. Just note down all these points in your notebook. Thank you.